Raptors preseason notes: rookie OG Anunoby impresses in NBA debut. The Toronto Raptors evened their record at .500 through 4 meaningless exhibition games but looked about as good as could be expected in their 116-94 win over the visiting Detroit Pistons in their only appearance at Air Canada Centre in preseason play. With all the caveats in place, it is only preseason. The Raptors were playing the Pistons playing on the second night of a back-to-back. There were some very encouraging signs and some niggling areas of concern. The takeaways. Can you feel the excitement? Even with the Raptors playing only one preseason game at home, the Air Canada Centre was conspicuously empty prior to the tip and barely filled in after that. There were some "Let's Go Raptors" chants, but they echoed. Norman Powell got the start for the second time in 4 games, but his first at home since signing his 4-year, $42 million contract extension on Friday. It will be interesting to figure out exactly where he slots. His strength is his aggressiveness attacking the basket, but he overdoes it on occasion, and Tuesday night was one of those too many dribbles while figuring out to get to the rim at all costs. An encouraging sign. 3 assists as he's working on finding his teammates while powering to the basket. DeMar DeRozan too was good in this regard, counting 8 assists in his 28 minutes. The Raptors' first 3 of the game came on a shot from above the break, the curved part of the line above the corners by Serge Ibaka, who was following the ball in transition. It's exactly the kind of shot that the Raptors are looking to take more of, wide open and in rhythm as they look to up their overall volume of triples. Gone are concerns about when in the shot clock the Raptors put up a 3 ball. The primary concern is how open the shot is and who is taking it. By that measure, a 3 by Jonas Valanciunas was also good. Even though he missed his first 3-point attempt of the preseason, and a wide-open corner 3 by DeRozan off a smart touch pass from Powell was even better. That one didn't go in either, not many of them did. After averaging 41 attempts from deep in 3 preseason games and connecting on just 24.4% compared with 36.7% on 24.7 attempts last year, Raptors head coach Dwayne Casey said he expected his team to pare down the number of attempts and who was shooting them with the regular season approaching. Not Tuesday night, however, as they were 7 of 24 in the first half, although a more respectable 13 of 37 overall. Valanciunas' second missed 3-point attempt lit up Twitter as video circulated of the Pistons' Andre Drummond waving his arm at Valanciunas and walking away from him rather than guard. The big Lithuanian did miss, but otherwise won the matchup with 18 points and 11 rebounds in 22 minutes to 14 and 11 from Drummond. Rookie OG Anunoby made his Raptors debut midway through the first quarter, and while he was drafted for his defensive acumen, early on he showed signs why the Raptors are so high on the young man from Indiana, who fell to them at number 23 in large part because his college season ended in January following a knee injury. His first 2 touches led to assists, an easy one to a wide-open Valanciunas under the basket, but credit to Anunoby for having his eyes up, and another after he drove hard from the left corner and made a nifty dump off to Jakob Poeltl, showing more poise than might have been expected. Anunoby's next touch, he drove hard from the corner off a pump fake and tried to put the Pistons in the basket. He came up short but drew the foul, missed both, but the aggressiveness is impressive, given how long he's been out of action. A real key for him will be his 3-point shooting. He pump faked 2 or 3 times on his first open look before pulling the trigger and missing. He had another look early in the second quarter and hesitated again, missing that one, too. He missed from nearly the same spot, right corner on the same possession, but stepped into it with confidence. It didn't go in. He finished 0 of 4 from deep, but he'll get better mileage in cases eyes if recognizes shots that are open and he shoots them without hesitation. His best moment game in the fourth quarter when he drove hard at the Pistons' Henry Ellenson, crossed him over just outside the paint and finished on the other side of the rim with a reverse layup, spun high off the glass. The kid is not one-dimensional. That Anunoby was available and playing was a bit of a surprise. Although once he participated in the intra-squad scrimmage in Victoria a week ago, it was apparent his return was close. As a 12-year veteran, it only made sense that CJ Miles would ease into things, even if Raptors fans might have been impatient to see their new toy in full flight. Through 3 preseason games, Miles was shooting just 3 of 10 from 3 in 2 games, both starting. While I'd still bet that he ends up starting, he came off the bench against the Pistons Tuesday and flashed the form that made him the Raptors' primary off-season target after he shot 41.3% from deep on 8.3 attempts per 36 minutes for Indiana last season. He knocked down 5 of 8 from deep and showed himself more than a catch-and-shoot target as the 6'8" lefty put it on the floor and got to the rim more than once after the Pistons ran him off the three-point line. He finished with 19 points and meshed well both with the second unit, and in some minutes he shared with All-Stars Kyle Lowry and DeRozan. Before the game, Casey said he planned to tighten his rotation somewhat, at least in the first half, as he's feeling some urgency to get his team a little more game ready. The NBA season starts October 17. The Raptors' first game is the 19th of October, which is about 10 days earlier than has been the norm, as the league has injected more days of rest into the schedule. The result is a shortened preseason. The Raptors will play just 5 games down from 7 or 8, closing their exhibition schedule Friday in Chicago. The casualties Tuesday were Bruno Caboclo, who didn't play, Lucas Nogueira, who played 2 minutes, and Pascal Siakam, who got just 6 minutes. Camp invite KJ McDaniels got just 9 minutes as he battles for a roster spot, while Alfonso McKinney got 2 minutes. Some years you want a short training camp, but some years you beg for a longer one, said Casey. And this is one of those years where we've got so many new guys and young guys coming in. That's gonna get an opportunity to play, and you'd like to have more time. But it is what it is. We're not complaining about it, everybody's going through it. We'd like to have another couple weeks, but we don't have that luxury.